President Trump gave remarks for nearly an hour in what he calls the most important speech he's ever made. He gave details on numerous claims of irregularities and fraud nationwide and said the media and even judges know who won the election but refuse to accept the evidence. He said our country needs somebody to accept the truth.
The Democrats had this election rigged right from the beginning. They used the pandemic, sometimes referred to as the China virus, where it originated, as an excuse to mail out tens of millions of ballots, which ultimately led to a big part of the fraud, a fraud that the whole world is watching. And there is no one happier right now than China.
President Trump said our country cannot live with this kind of election system, and that despite the disparagement, he will push forward because he is representing the 74 million people who voted for him and the Americans who did not vote for him.
All you have to do is watch the hearings and see for yourself. The evidence is overwhelming. The fraud that we've collected in recent weeks is overwhelming, having to do with our election. In fact, there is still plenty of time to certify the correct winner of the election, and that's what we're fighting to do.
Trump said thousands of votes were out of whack in multiple states. He gave specific examples of signatures not being verified, Republican challengers being unable to do their job, Republican workers being threatened, and massive vote dumps at odd hours in the morning.
And I can show you right here that Wisconsin, we're leading by a lot. And then at 3:42 in the morning, there was this. It was a massive dump of votes. Mostly Biden, almost all Biden. And to this day, everyone's trying to figure out, where did it come from? Here's an example. This is Michigan. At 6:31 in the morning, a vote dump of 149,772 votes came in unexpectedly.
Trump said the fact that the U.S. allows large-scale absentee ballots is unique, and that the mail-in voting scam is the latest part of Democrats' four-year effort to overturn the results of the 2016 election. According to a report by the Crime Prevention Research Center, 78% of countries outside of the U.S. do not allow mail-in ballots for people living in the country. And 85% in European Union countries do not allow mail-in ballots for people who don't live abroad or the ballot would require a photo ID.
The single greatest achievement in your presidency will be exactly what you're doing right now, voter integrity for our nation. If we don't root out the fraud, the tremendous and horrible fraud that's taken place in our 2020 election, we don't have a country anymore. So with the resolve and support of the American people, we will restore honesty and integrity to our elections, and we will restore trust in our system of government. Thank you. God bless you.
The president said voting should go back to paper ballots because it is more secure. He said he was okay with losing an election fair and square, but believes this election was stolen from the people. He says he will return the power back to the American people. Christina Kim, NTD News.